Morning,
Uh,
Kathy.
Good morning. Time got away from me. How are you doing?
Good. I'm at work. I don't know how long I'll be able to be on, okay? So
Oh, okay. All
if I
right.
slip out, that's why. I
That's
like your
why.
Powered by Kyani. I like your shirt.
Yes. It's funny because my husband was the one who told me um, on the same day that Miles said it on a call that
Hmm.
Miles always wears his Kyani gear or Team
I
Fusion
saw
or
that.
something.
Hmm.
And that very same day, I was talking to my husband in the pool about it, about just branding myself. And he said, "You need to be wearing your Kyani gear every day." And I was like, "Oh my God, okay, that's the second time I've heard it today, because Miles had already said it earlier." So I'm
Hmm.
like, you know what? I'm wearing my gear. So,
Awesome, awesome.
yeah, I had a guy come out to the house yesterday for, you know, my husband's kind of strange on certain things. Um, he's very
I'm sure he
detailed.
says the same thing about you.
Absolutely, that we're perfect together. We're a perfect match. But he everything has to be just so. He really likes to have everything just so. He's kind of a perfectionist. He's kind of, yeah, definitely a perfectionist. He's been flooring the attic for like officially like 4 weeks, maybe longer. And he's got the whole attic floored. You could live up there if you wanted to. And it's really nice in our attic. I'm happy to say that, but I'm like, who cares? It's a freaking attic. But that's just the way he is. So anyway, yesterday I had a guy come out for additional gutters because we've got gutters. We had the gutters installed ourselves um, several years ago. Well, now that he added an area by the garage, well, he wanted that gutters over there, and he doesn't like how it's splashing off the house over here. Anyway, long story short, gutter guy came out yesterday. I had my Kyani gear on, and was able to strike up a conversation with him too. Um,
Good job.
yeah, and I found out all, before even saying Kyani, oh, and I have the sunshade in my car window, and I keep my car out on the driveway because that way Lily has access to the whole garage if she wants it. Um, anyway, so with the sunshade saying Kyani, and it's a nice car, and then my T-shirt, it was just layering the Kyani information. So anyway, I thought it was good and worked out well. So he told me all about his family, all about. I mean, even I know his ex-wife sells Arbonne. I mean, it's like we had a whole long conversation about all kinds of stuff that didn't matter. But anyways, so good things happening. Just you know, wear your stuff, brand yourself.
I think it's her.
Yeah. So where are we at? Okay. I think it was Eva, huh?
Michelle. It was Michelle.
Okay. All right. We're good.
I'm sorry.
Oh no, that's fine.
We were
It's fine.
discussing the internet. Is it always this like, it's hers. Nope, it's mine. Sorry about that.
Hola.
Good
That's
morning.
Preston
Hola.
saying hola.
Hola, that's me over there.
Hola. ¿Cómo está?
Good morning. Buenos dias.
There you go.
Good morning.
All right. So how's everyone? Anything neat and exciting happened yesterday? Claire and I were able to hop on with Delitra for a little while yesterday and visit with her, and she might be popping on occasionally, even though it's 6 a.m. and she's getting ready for work in California. But she said, she'd like to pop on. She's enjoyed everything that we've had to say, and just feeling comfortable out there with us. And so it was a very good, very good conversation, I thought. Claire, do you have anything to add?
Oh, I'm sorry. My boss walked up and I had to take my headset off and close the
Oh,
screen. So
yeah, I was just telling him we met with Delitra yesterday,
mhm, mhm.
and it went very well, and she likes all of us, and just from what she's seen on the achievers and everything else, it feels like she's at home, she's comfortable, and so that's good, and that she might be joining us, even though it's 6 a.m. her time there. She's getting ready for work. She said she's an early riser, and hopefully she'll be able to pop on from time to time. So I thought that was great.
I gave her homework. Because we're meeting again tomorrow. I told her to get on her list. I know she's plugging in. I think it's great that she's plugging in. But like Kathy did Fraser, was it Fraser that did that?
Yeah, Fraser
No,
Brooks.
Brooks, yeah, where he said, you get your personal development and then you take another step for the action, personal development action, not just personal development and go in circles. So we're trying to explain to her, or Kathy explained to her that. And so tell her to get on her list and if she has questions, to plug it into our Road to Jade group, and we'll report in on tomorrow.
Yeah.
And so hopefully she'll do that. Also, sorry, y'all, my shirt's kind of low. I was looking in the camera. I'm not trying to do, but anyway, I noticed that. Train of thought went away.
Also,
today is Alma's last day.
Oh, okay.
30 days. So she might need some direction, Kathy, and I told her that maybe you and I could meet with her.
Yeah.
You have time today? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, especially if it'd be best this morning to get her fired up and something happen. It could be a quick 10-minute something. But, Miles is throwing himself out there. He's available, and he's hungry. He's got, they've got their 90-day challenge goals and stuff too. And I'm sure, I don't know where I heard it from him or Heidi One, but they've got so many things in place that it's a total transformation. And so I'm sure that has to do with his business as well, because he's been setting a green diamond for how long now. And we've got people reaching that rank that are in his team, right? So he's going to want to surpass the green diamond mark. So, and guess whose leg that is that he needs help in? That's ours. So he's definitely willing to help us.
He had a great call last night on mindset.
Oh,
yes, you're right, Joanne. I was on that one.
Wasn't it good? I
Yes.
love how he said, you have to think about every word that comes out of your mouth.
Yes. Oh, and I said, oh boy, that's a good one. Yeah.
And he elaborated.
So elaborate for those of us that didn't make that call.
Yes.
Good, Claire.
I don't have my notes in front of me. They're at home, so I can't remember.
Yes.
Go ahead, Joanne. You got this, girl.
Well, basically, he said the F word should never come out of your mouth in any conversation with any person, anytime, any place, anywhere.
Amen. Yes. Oh my
And
God. Yes.
he said, I know there are famous speakers that use it. And he said, but for you, it should never, ever. And I thought, good for you. And he said, because everything you say is a representation of yourself. And he just said, be careful, be really, really careful. Think of what you're saying. And he also is not a fan of copy paste. He's right, Claire? He said, yes, he said that you have to think about the person you're sending it to. Don't just sit there and copy paste, copy paste, copy paste. You want to know why you're not getting any place? Because that's what you're doing. You've got to speak to the person you're talking to. and not just make up one thing and send it out to everybody and think you're going to get results. He said, treat each person as unique. And as I think we said that yesterday about seeing what it is their need is and what their want is, and addressing whether, they're money hungry or whether they're health,
Right.
and trying to know what you're saying, but don't just, he didn't say copy paste, but that was what he said. Don't send the same message to each person.
Right.
And it's funny because at one time that was a big thing that they said is copy paste.
Right.
You know,
And I've
That's
said
right.
it too. I've said copy paste too, but then when I think back of what I'm doing, I'm not copy and pasting. I personalize the message. If I'm copy and pasting anything, it's the happy birthday, whatever. I might add their name, or if it's a holiday, yes, I do copy and paste that. But if it's any kind of message, I'm digging down to what they're looking for, what they need, what they're asking for, and having a conversation. So, and I've said it, but I have said many times, it's just copy and paste. Well, but you have to, and you can use that, but make it your own words.
That's what I was just fixing to say, Kathy. I'm guilty of copy and paste because I don't want to have to reinvent stuff. However, I still make it my own. Like Kathy would send something to me and then I would like, okay, Kathy, that's you, but I need to make it me. But it gives me the information I need. So I'm going to request copy and paste, but I still
right.
tailor it. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but tailor it to the person, tailor it to the way that they expect you to sound too. Because really, it makes a difference. They can tell if Claire would have sent out the message that I sent to her to send to somebody, they would have said, "Oh my gosh, what happened to Claire? This lady's mean." But my friends, if I were to send one of Claire's messages, they're like, what the heck? What's happened to Kathy? Where's she at? Because this lady's too nice. Because Kathy's mean and to the point. So anyway, so it does make a difference.
One other thing that he said.
Sorry, go ahead.
One other thing that he said last night was for everybody just to make it a goal to get one business partner in for the rest of the month. So, like you've got 15 days, and I don't know, I think at one time I looked, it was 30 people on the call, and I thought, yes, that would give him 30 people, in his, and I thought about that on our teams. If everyone just got one person in, what it would do, oh my gosh, I'd be a diamond if everybody on my team had one person.
Yes, you would. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Hey, we don't
Did you get your edification for Miles yesterday?
I did.
Claire?
I really did.
Okay.
And I appreciate those that had answered because I reached out to several and I got a few of them, but I was desperate, y'all, because I had to get this because Miles wanted to talk to this guy. I'd already reached out to him. He says, well, I'm available after 1 and before 7. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And so the guy wasn't replying. And I'm thinking it's because he has T-Mobile. No wonder he wasn't replying to me because of phones.
Yeah.
So, but I did finally get and I took pieces of everybody's, just so y'all know, all of y'all's helped, and got a really good edification, Claire style, with y'all's.
I was about what we could do, if we could put those together and put those somewhere, maybe in the Accountable Achievers, maybe under notes or something.
Mm-hmm.
That way we know where we can go to grab it if we need it real quick. Because I mean, and I've asked for yours, I've asked for Jake's, Candace's, just in case, and even Joanne's, just in case, I need to pass somebody real quick. That way I don't have to sit there and because I'm really, really bad about having to really sit and think about, what I'm going to put in there. It'll take me an hour just to do that. So if there was a place that I could just go and grab it and, copy and paste, make it personal, but, I think that would be a really good resource for us in the Accountable Achievers page.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Team Fusion family, if you go to success stories, and then you can click on the leaders, and you can see, if you ever need some of the top leaders, they're all out there. And you can at least
But
gather
it's
that
like
information.
Gandhi and the lead tribe, they may not know all that. And,
yeah, they do. Yeah.
Even if they, even if I want to connect somebody to Joanne, I don't know her,
right.
everything, her story. I mean, I know that she's, had really great results with the products. I know she's great in the business, but I mean, beyond that, I really don't. So, how long she's been in, and I think that would help. I know it would help me, and help me to be able to just know who I need to connect people to as well.
Yeah. Well, I would say right now, especially freaking connect people to Miles. Just go straight to the top. I mean, I think he's
I don't know.
probably.
Joanne's on fire.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm thinking if
I'm
if
looking
I
for my
get
edification
anybody,
actually, because I had made it up and given it to people. So I was
Yeah.
looking for it.
I think we should cater it to who the person is. Like the reason why I
Yeah.
did this guy is because
Absolutely.
he's already in another
Yep.
network marketing company, and he's a personal trainer. And David Daniel has suggested me getting him in contact. Oh no, Candace did. I'm sorry. David Daniel sent me his video, Miles's video, and he watched it. And when I spoke with him, he really liked it a lot. And I said, "Hey, would you like?" And Ken says, "You should get him in contact with Miles because he's already seen Miles, on the video." And that's why I did it. So I would have probably hooked him up with somebody else had I
Yeah.
not, been asked to do that.
So how did the call go with?
That's just it.
Miles?
The guy has T-Mobile. He never got my message. The message I did the 308 message. So I don't know, is T-Mobile back up? Does anybody know? I mean,
Do you not have his Facebook information?
oh no, I had him on text. I don't have him on Facebook.
Yeah, I just sent him an instant message to Messenger for me.
I don't have him on. I don't even know if he's on Facebook. It probably is. He's a personal trainer, but
Yeah.
there's a lot of Tim Burtons on Facebook, and so I had his phone number, and he preferred me to text him, so I went with what he preferred. So, and so anyway, I set it up, and Miles said something to him, and so I'm just waiting. I'm gonna reach out to him on the side today, and see if he got that message or what was going on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, keep us updated.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Cool. So what else did y'all hear on the call? Mindset.
His excitement always, his motivation and excitement just really it's contagious. So Joanne, it was so late to me, and I wrote everything down. I was writing stuff down, but I had my other notebook at home. So
Yeah.
I always forget stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes I have to rewatch
Well,
things.
And one thing is he said the same thing about 25 times. So,
Yeah.
It might have been a 40-minute call, but it wasn't 40 minutes of continuous different
content,
information.
yeah. It was
right.
just
Okay.
And so because I think his big thing he wanted to get across was think about what you're saying to whoever it is you're saying it to. Be careful of your words. He said that many, many, many times. Be careful of your words. And gear it to the person you're talking to. It's probably what the whole thing was.
He talked about social media a little bit, but I can't remember everything he had said about social media. To make sure you're careful with what you say on social media, and to when you share stuff, share things that are real, and it's okay to do that. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Who else was on there? I know there was somebody else on there that's on here. Michelle, were y'all there on that mindset last night?
No, that I ended up missing it. I'm not quite sure where I
What?
was.
Michelle and
I
what
know.
the heck?
No, I tried to go to workout 3 times yesterday. Went in the morning, got a phone call from my mom. I'm stuck down at MD Anderson. Can you go tell Gary? He was home and wasn't answering his phone. And so I had to go there. Then I went a second time, had to reschedule because you have to schedule your workouts. I went up there after I rescheduled and got caught in a wreck. I wasn't in a wreck, but there was a wreck and I couldn't get there in time. So I had to reschedule again. Finally get up there the third time. And I think it was when Miles was getting ready to get on. And they're like, oh, we don't have it today. And I was like, okay, Monday, you won. So
Yeah, well, you missed your ARX workout, so you had availability to come here anytime.
I know it was just a crazy, crazy day, all the way around.
You want to hear an interesting
He
thing?
did.
Go ahead, Michelle.
What's that?
No, it was me. It was me. I was just gonna say,
Ava.
he didn't fit. It was. He keeps saying, "Don't be lazy with your words." He said, "Pay attention to your verbiage." Don't be lazy with the words. And on the verbiage, on your use on your text, your messages, read what you're posting. He says a lot of times you're in a hurry and you post things that you don't read and it doesn't come out right. And of course, promoting your products and say something that will attract people to you. And he says, language, how we represent ourselves to customers, and it's up to you, whatever to say it, whatever's in your mind, but do it correctly.
Right. I like that, and everybody should listen to that.
Quit saying join us or get in with us. Use a different words besides, oh, come on, join us or get in with us.
Right.
That's all wrong. So try to use other different words. And this one I don't understand. I put down don't be casual. I think I didn't finish it or something. And anyway, discipline is a game. Of course, it can activate the social. Get active in social media. So that's what I wrote. I missed a lot, but yeah.
One of the things he said yesterday too on I think it was the BCC that to make sure that you're including instead of saying, like, once you get your team member involved with what's going on or you're getting them on board and enrolled and stuff, that you're making sure that you're saying, everything's we and including them. We are, we're going to make this happen. We're going to the top. We are riding this wave. I stole that from them. That's to talk about riding the wave. When we're in this together, we're riding the wave. So people feel included in it and not alone. And so he had mentioned that yesterday on the call, that you don't want them to feel like, oh my gosh, I have to do this by myself, I don't know what I'm doing, and then they quit. So, I think, I'm preaching to the choir with this group because we all definitely include each other in everything. So, but I thought it was pretty good.
I'm glad he mentioned the copy and paste. I've mentioned that before in team meeting, because we're such in a connected world. I mean, you look at Facebook and you look at friend, you have 13 mutual friends, or you have, you can just go through your Facebook and see how many people. And if you're out there contacting people through Facebook, you don't know if they're talking to themselves and you sent the same copy and paste to the same person. Did you get this from Susie? Did you get this from, they can be talking behind your back, and you're just, sabotaging your own self because you're not creative enough just to change a few words around.
Yeah. But definitely use that, remember that these examples, these scripts, everything that we have out there has been used by the people that are at the top where we want to be. And so they work, so use them, but make them your own. Like Rob said, don't just spam everybody with a copy and paste, but use those scripts and make them your own. And because they're working, that's what these people are using. And you can listen to Miles. And how many times does Miles say the exact same thing on every stinking overview that he does? I mean, it's scripted. This is what he says, and he does the whole stinking overview, and it's the exact same thing. You could play it. You could play a recording in your ear and listen to him at the same time, and it'd be the same thing. He's got it down. So it's scripted. So why not be scripted? That's fine. It's okay to do that. Just make sure that when you're doing the copy and paste that you personalize it. Jacob Brunitsnig's on the call today. Thank you, Jacob, for finding my son another home. You're awesome.
Oh, no problem. He knew what he wants. And he knew what he wanted, so it wasn't that hard.
That's my talented son-in-law.
I know it. I know that's right.
I think one of the other important things to share with people when they're just getting started is create that we atmosphere and that team atmosphere. At the same time, they have to have the realistic expectation that we can't do their business for them. So I really like what Eric Worre talks about in GoPro. He says, if you are successful in this business, it is not because of me. And at the same time, if you are not successful in this business, it is not because of me. And it just really helps them understand that, we're here from a supporting role. We, if they need to take one step, and we'll take two steps. But if they don't take a step, we can't take one for them.
Right. Yeah. And that's why I've included Eric Worre's, and that's in that the chapter 9 and skill 6, helping your new distributor get started right. That's in that, where it's it's not, if you're successful, it's not, it's not me. If you're not successful, it's not me. This is your business. We're here to help you. We definitely will help you, but ultimately it's your business and how you want to do it. So yeah, that's great. I love that. I've told Joanne recently that I need to just, outline it and make it where it's easier to just pick up on those key facts that we need to cover with our business partners, because it is great stuff. So.
Yeah, definitely. And it is very helpful when you're going through a launch or getting somebody onboarded, just as you go through, have those 5 things or whatever it may be, those handful of things that you need to say to the person before you leave that day, right?
Right. Well, and yesterday, and I'm glad you said that too, and how important it is, the we and the team thing, because yesterday when we were talking to Delitra, she even mentioned that, how, you could tell that she felt comfort in our group, that she didn't feel alone, that she knows, she's getting the training, she's plugged in, she's excited, but she knows that she's not alone, that she can ask us questions, and she can, and we've set up another call with her for tomorrow. So we had set that up. We set up the 2 meetings at the same time before we even had the first meeting, just to, connect with her, because she's in California. She's got Shandi, who's a little scattered, but excited. So, that's great. And she loves Shandi. Shandi brought her in, and so that's great. But at the same time, she loves us. She loves our team, and she's excited to be a part of it. And Claire put her to work, gave her a project to work on for the next couple of days, and we'll see where she is tomorrow. So,
are they actual brother and sister?
No. Shandi calls everybody sister. He called me. He's put sister on my page too.
Mine too. Sean, apparently she met Shandi. He was a counselor at a school that she attended.
Yeah.
And so she, that's how she met him.
Cool.
So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Joanne, who is Jennifer?
Yeah. I don't know what is messed up with my computer. Maybe it had something to do with Tony using it. I don't know. The other thing is, I would love to know how to get my picture on it. I have tried and tried and tried.
Karen White.
Huh?
Karen White. She taught me.
Ah, gotcha.
What?
And we need instructions.
To get your picture on what?
So
on here when my
when your
videos.
camera's off, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't do it.
I don't have one either. If that makes you feel better.
On the Zoom, I have my picture, on the profile, everything. It's still not there. Now I got to go in. That started last night with Jennifer's name. But hey, I want to quickly tell you guys something. I called customer service yesterday, and I was chatting with the guy. His name was Juan. His dad has corona, has been in ICU for 8 weeks here in Houston. And it's very interesting because I asked him if he was taking product, and he said no. And it was so interesting. Every once in a while when we start thinking maybe it's not real and all of this, and then you talk to somebody whose relative has it, and and a really bad case, and whatever. But it was pretty interesting. I don't know how we had time to chat so long, because it was the first time I got through without a wait, without a,
Yeah. Wow.
So, but anyway, so that was kind of interesting. It went more to my question of how many people are, consistently taking it, and have they gotten sick? I would just love to know. But there's no way. I know we can't just post it.
No, it'd be just
Joanne,
nice to know that, though.
Joanne, do you use Zoom a lot?
No. Kathy's going to give me a lesson one day on, on how to do it. All I do is get on it. I don't know how to have a Zoom meeting.
Come on over. Or I'll come over there.
Right when Corona started, I was going to start doing these virtual happy hours with some of my girlfriends from church. I set up an account. Ask me what my number is. I don't know. Ask me what my login is. I don't know.
Well, I did that too.
So I have one.
But
I have one. I just got to go look for it. I haven't used it, which shame on me, because I could have been having these coffees and these happy hours with my friends from church.
But you can start now.
Yes, you're right. I can, and I will. Thank you. I needed that.
Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Scratch out yesterday and scratch out tomorrow. Just do it today. Set it up.
Woo, Miss Kathy.
Woo!
I love it. On that note, I have to get to work, guys. Love y'all. I gotta go. Y'all have a good day.
You too.
You too.
Okay, so Karen gave us the link, except when this is over, it's going to be gone.
I'll send it to you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Karen. That's awesome.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Yeah, she's on it, man. She's always on all of that.
She's awesome.
I Google her. Oh, look at her. Dang, she's fast too. She's fast. She already put it on our page.
That's so awesome. So I want to impress Tony that I was able to do it, because he tried to do mine, and he is supposedly big in IT, you know, and
Oh, how funny.
he messes up my name.
Well, you know, and I don't know. I'm doing these. I'm recording all of these Zooms, and this is something I've had to learn, because I record them all, and then I put them in YouTube and the channel, my channel, and it's like, okay, you know, I'm kind of patting myself on the back. I figured this stuff out, but then I'm thinking, I don't know, can I delete them off of my computer now, or do I need to leave them on my computer so they stay on YouTube? Or if I delete them off of my computer, will they stay on YouTube or not? I don't know. So
Try the one you don't like.
but I did start labeling them now. Before I was just putting accountable achievers and the date. Well, that didn't tell anyone anything. And so now I've tried to label them a little bit so we can kind of get an idea of what the call was about if anyone wants to go back and look for something. But like I've said a million times, there's so many trainings and stuff out there that whatever we had to share on our call really probably wasn't that important. It's going to get pushed over to the next training. So don't spend time going back on, you know, stuff like that when you've got, you know, some of these awesome trainings that we have out there. So unless it's just something specific that you wanted to make sure that, you know, got covered or whatever.
I tried to click on that record on the bottom of my computer last night on that mindset call. And what it told me was I needed to request permission from the host to record.
Right.
So
yeah, usually it's just the host that has permission to record. Like I can stop the recording now. Like if you tried to record us now, it probably wouldn't let you.
no, it said I'd have to request permission from you.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's the way Zooms are set up for the most part. Yeah, I don't know if there's a separate app or something that you can, you know, because I know there's a separate app that you can record phone conversations and stuff like that. So I'm sure that there's a separate app that you can get that would record Zoom meetings or whatever if you checked into that. And Jason probably has something like that because he was able to record some stuff that we wouldn't normally be able to record. So, but I would imagine it's an app because there's an app for everything.
We need our IT department.
That's Jason and I don't know, Rob might be IT too because he's
right.
So
you're
what
Rob,
I'm thinking.
You're Rob.
My Rob?
Yeah.
No, you don't want to hear from my Rob on IT stuff.
I have to.
Kathy.
I have to go to Michelle for things. So no, I'm not the IT person.
Okay.
I was going to tell you, you need to tell your Rob that that's a Texas basement. I mean, that's our Texas basement, what he's making up with his attic.
Yes.
Very true. Very true.
Absolutely. It is so nice. I'm telling you, I can walk through there without, you know, no fear. You can walk through, you know, it's an attic. So, of course, you have to watch for the boards overhead. But, you know, you're not going to fall through anything. That's for sure. And I can walk through and I can find Christmas stuff. I can find Easter stuff. It's all organized. I'm like, oh, holy cow. something else. He's amazing. Everybody needs a Rob.
Awesome.
He's a good man. So, all right, guys. Well, if y'all don't have anything else, we'll end it for today and pick back up tomorrow and reach out. Do those reach outs. And I'm talking to myself because we're already on, it's the 16th.
No, can't believe it.
Yeah. I didn't start my 90-day challenge yesterday. Did everybody start theirs yesterday?
Not me.
I did not. I will.
Started my-
No,
Okay.
no, we didn't.
Yeah. The day got away from me, and I was thinking. I know Claire wasn't planning on starting hers until the end of this month, and I was thinking.
She just said July. You guys are trying to make her do the 1st of July. She just said she can do it sometime in July.
Oh, okay.
Probably I will as well.
She was talking about July 1st.
Yeah. Well, so I think that, you know, the more I heard Miles talking about his 90-day challenge and everything, you know, I thought, you know what, I really need to put some thought in it instead of just, you know, being on a physical weight, body fat goal. Make it more just
Transformational goal.
right. And including, you know, like your daily method of operation, and, you know, maybe just implementing that and seeing, you know, even if it's 5 out of 7 days, if I can do 5 out of 7 days each week during that 90 days of making sure that all of these 6 items get done, you know, each day, whatever it is. I was just thinking, I just need to spend a little more time on it. So when it came down to the wire yesterday, I was like, you know what, I'm not ready to start this. I need to rethink it. So
Casey had given us out his, if you remember, his 90-day is 30 business partners, 30 customers, and 30 pounds lost. That was his 90-day challenge.
wow.
I would encourage the group just to make a bona fide commitment. I know last year when we went to that first 90-day challenge, I don't know that anybody finished it. Unless Claire maybe have, but everybody started, but nobody finished it. So I think more than anything, everybody needs to make that commitment. I'm going to do this, and you're going to see it all the way through.
I did, and I ended it and sent in the final stuff.
I did too, but it wasn't where I wanted to be, but I still completed it. Now this last one, I did not, I didn't finish it. And I should have, because, you know, I actually had better results with the second one than I did the first one, but I just never did.
Yeah, I didn't finish the second one.
Yeah.
So now you know what you're doing. Good girl.
Right.
You're right.
Yeah. So anyways, it's something to, you know, like I said, I'm going to put more thought into it. I'm going to make it, you know, where it's something, a commitment instead of just a thing, just one more thing. It's going to be a commitment. So,
well, your exercise helps your brain activity as well. So it's a win-win situation.
Yeah. I did start exercising again yesterday. More, you know, I had cut back. I hadn't stopped exercising, but I'd cut back. But I actually set aside the time, and I actually did my time commitment, set my phone, my little stopwatch, so I couldn't stop until the thing went off. And I was like, oh my gosh, is it ever going to go off? Because I thought for sure, you know, however long on that, I was on a bicycle, you know, an exercise bicycle thing that does the arms too. And I was like, oh my gosh, this thing's kicking my butt. So anyways, I can't, I don't have the endurance that I need, but by the end of my 90 days, I will. So, All right, guys.
That's what I like about Delta Life. It's 30 minutes. You get in, it's quick, it's easy, and then you're done and you're out. And it's like, it goes so fast that you don't realize how fast it's going. I mean, sometimes, it feels like we just started and then it's already ending. So it's pretty awesome if you guys are interested. And going down to see Rob and get on his machine too, because that's going to give you the results that you need too.
Right. I think that's and I think that just cuts your time in half too, because that's 15 minutes, right, Rob?
Absolutely.
And I think Rob's deal is 15 minutes. 15.
Well, that's having to set up all of your set your range of motion. Once you get in there, it's like 4 minutes of actual lifting. I know, it's awesome. So, y'all really,
My kind of
you
workout.
really do need to get down there and try it. Yeah, exactly. It's that quick.
I love it. Yeah, Joanne, when are you ready to go visit Rob?
I don't know. I have to take a breath in that 4 minutes. Well, we need to do it soon. Tomorrow, I'm going to get my internet upspeeded from 25 to 1,000 for whatever all that's worth. I don't even know. But anyway, going to be faster.
There you go. All right. We'll figure it out. Okay, guys. I will see y'all tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. Reach out if you need anything. And
have a great day.
Everybody put your edifications together.
Sounds good. I got to get my name put together.
And elevator pitches. All right, guys. Have a good one. Bye.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.